Georgia Republican Senate nominee Herschel Walker responded on Friday to President Biden's speech warning of threats to democracy. Walker sounded off on the president, declaring that he was the true threat to the U.S. democratic system. Biden gave a primetime address on Wednesday, which again assailed so-called MAGA Republicans and urged voters to reject election-denying Republican candidates like Kari Lake and Doug Mastriano. Recent polls show Walker currently leading incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock by a slim margin.
Hello there, hello. Before any speech I ever make, I always acknowledge my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because it said if you don't acknowledge Him, He's not going to acknowledge you. And I also want to acknowledge my wife, Julie, because she's in this fight with me, and also Team Herschel, because Team Herschel is here. But I also want to acknowledge all of you for being here as well, because we're in a fight right now. This is a spiritual battle. And when a spiritual battle starts, God needs warriors. He don't need politicians. So I'm not that politician. I don't look like one, don't dress like one, don't speak like one, because I'm not that politician. I'm that warrior that God has prepared. And I'm going to tell you how He prepared me. I'm going to tell you how He prepared me, because, I started out in this little town called Raphael, Georgia. And I tell everyone, if you got 1 year to live, you move there, because that year is forever. Same old, same old. And my mom told me I was big bone, which meant I was fat. And I used to have a speech impediment where I couldn't put a sentence together. So for 4 years of my life, I never spoke in a classroom. For 4 years of my life, I never went out for a recess, because the grace of God would get me ready. He gave me a scholarship to go to the University of Georgia. Can you believe that? Yeah. And no, He was getting me ready. That He gave me this Heisman Trophy. He was getting me ready. But listen to this. He gave me ready. In 1992, I made the Olympic bobsled team. Can you believe that? And there's no snow here in Georgia, and I made the 1992 Olympic bobsled team because He gave me ready. And then all of a sudden, for 15 years, I played professional football. When most guys played as a running back only 5 years, I get an opportunity to play 15 years. But he said, Herschel, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. And then all of a sudden, they told me I had a mental problem. And I'm like, Herschel got a mental problem? I'm talking about myself in third person, but I know that. And all of a sudden, I went to this hospital out in California, and I said, whoa, these people here are crazy. These people here are crazy. I'm not like them. But then I realized that we all fall short of the glory of God, don't we not? We all fall short of the glory of God, so I got redeemed. I got washed in the blood of Jesus. I got out of that hospital, and I built this business that became one of the largest minority-owned food service businesses in the United States of America. And then I started working with our military. And then all of a sudden, God said, I think He's ready right now. And then I started watching television. That's when you go wrong. I started watching television. And what I started watching this guy called Senator Raphael Warnock. He was this preacher that was going, no, dude, just listen to this. He was going on television. And I heard him say, America need to apologize for its whiteness. And I'm like, wait a minute, where is this guy from? He preaching in a church. He don't believe in redemption. Do he not believe that God said, how can I forgive you if you don't forgive your fellow man? And then I started watching this guy who get elected to the United States Senate representing the great state of Georgia. And he started talking about trying to separate God's people because of the color of your skin. And then he's in a church of a man that one of the greatest black leaders ever to live in this world today, that says not the color of your skin, but the content of your character. And all he talks about is the color of your skin. And I said, no, not on my watch. You're not going to do that. So I decided I was going to run for office. And let me tell you the reason I decided I was going to run for office, because it's about like this little story I used to tell. This story goes like this. It's about this man that died early in life. He died early in life, and he went to heaven, and he got to heaven at the pearly gates. And St. Peter met him there at the pearly gates, and St. Peter said, sir, you're here a little bit early right now. And your name ain't on the roll. So you're the only one in history that's going to get an opportunity to decide where you want to go. So I'm going to take you to heaven, and I'm going to take you to hell, and you get to determine where you want to be. So he puts him in his elevator, he takes him all the way down to hell, and the doors open up. And there's a party going on. He sees some of his friends down there, and he having a great time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "You ready to go? You ready to go?" And the guy said, "I got to leave now." He said, "Yeah, you got an important decision to make." So he puts him in his elevator, takes him all the way up to heaven, and all of a sudden people are floating around on clouds, just talking, having a good time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "Have you made your mind up? Have you made your mind up?" And the guy said, "Well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this. I think I want to go to hell. That seems like my type of place." St. Peter said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I want to go to hell." So he puts him in his elevator, sends him all the way back down the hill, and now the doors open up and it's hot. People are miserable. And the guy said, wait a minute, a couple of hours ago when I was here, there was a party going on. And Satan shows up and said, a couple of hours ago, I was campaigning. But that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. I have Senator Warnock, and I have the people on the left. They're campaigning right now. They're trying to take you down in that elevator and tell you this is the new normal. They're trying to tell you this is to get used to this. This is the way it is. And I'm telling you, no, it's not. That warrior for God is going to step up and say, no, it's not. We can come together. We can come together because 23andMe has screwed us all up. We don't know what color we are, but does it really matter? What we do know is we're Americans. What we do know is we're Americans. We don't care about the color of your skin because the Bible I read, God doesn't talk about the color of your skin. God talks about your heart. But yet all they're trying to do is separate God's people and take you down in this elevator and tell you it's this new normal. No, it's not. He is to blame. Just think about it. In less than 2 years, you see where we're at right now. He's been there in less than 2 years. You see where we're at right now. And then you hear our president just the other day is going to say the biggest threat to democracy is the voting for somebody in the Republican Party. This man is so confused, isn't he? He's confused because the biggest threat to democracy is him being in the White House. The biggest threat to democracy is by Senator Warnock voting 4 times against the Keystone Pipeline. That meaning that we gave up all our energy to our enemies, and they don't know the definition of enemy, do they? And enemies are people that don't like you. That's what the definition of, but they don't even know the definition of a woman. They still discussing that. And I know the definition of a woman because it's written in my Bible. In my Bible, it said man and woman. And a woman come from the rib of a man. That is easy to do. And that's who I'm running against is a pastor that should have stepped up. But he didn't step up. He stood back like he's been standing back all the time to get with Joe Biden, voting with him 96% of the time. And as they were telling you earlier, he called our men and women in blue names, thugs and bullies. He don't support our police. Well, I do. Right now, we made demons. We made demons out of criminals. Criminals now think they're more powerful than our police, and I said, not on my watch. Not on my watch. It's not going to happen. I'm going to get behind our men and women in blue, and I think we all got to get behind them because we stood back. We stood back when they was calling them names and as they were having a tough time to recruit. We stood back as they were having a tough time. The morale was down. We stood back because they'll call us names. Y'all heard the names they've been calling up. They called me names the other day. I can't believe the names they've been calling me. I was like, whoa, they're calling me all types of names. They called me a coon. I can't believe it. Yes, they did. They called me a coon the other day, but they don't realize I'm from the country. And a coon is one of the smartest animals out there, so don't think you're going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to hurt my feelings by calling me names. What hurt my feelings is you not supporting my men and women in blue. What hurt my feeling is you continue to call them names. That's what hurted my feeling. And then let's go to our great military. Let's go to our great military because all these wonderful politicians stand in front of you and give you all these great words like there's peace through strength. And they're 100% correct by that. There's a lot of peace through strength, but yet if they don't support our military, we're going to have no strength. I can promise you we'll have no peace. Because that's our military is the reason we're the greatest country in the world. We got the greatest military to ever exist. But yet they're trying to bring pronouns. They're trying to bring pronouns in our military. They don't like crap. What if crap is a pronoun? I'm sick and tired of this pronoun stuff. I'm sick and tired of this pronoun stuff. I can tell you Iran, Russia, and China are not talking about pronouns. They're talking about war, and we're talking about pronouns. So my pronoun is tired of this. It's time for us to get leaders in Washington that's going to do the right thing by our police department, going to do the right thing by our military. And I can promise you that's going to be Herschel Walker. I'm going to do the right thing by them. I'm going to do the right thing by them. And then yet I have the guy I'm running against. He's such a smooth talker, is he not? He dressed so nice. But my father told me about people like that. Y'all saw that debate. Y'all saw that debate. He was asking for it. He was asking to take me on, was he not? And then anyone think he can take Herschel Walker down? I know he couldn't do that. I knew it, you knew it. And he became Scooby-Doo, did he not? He became Scooby-Doo because when they asked him, they said, sir, will you support Biden in the 2024 election? And he go, oh no. And I'm like, hell, now he don't want to talk. But now he running around all the time right now telling everybody who I am. I know who I am. I'm a man of God. Who are you, sir? You're Joe Biden. Got it. Rise your back all the time. Your back is bent. Get your saddle off your back and straighten up and do what's right by the people that elected you to go to office. Get up and straighten up and do the right thing, because I'm here to tell you right now, don't let them take you down in that elevator. That's what they're trying to do, to get you down in that elevator and tell you this is a new normal. No, it's not. It's not the new normal. We can do better. And then they're going after your kids. You know, Tulsa told you about that, going after your kids because they know we're a little bit too old for it. We're not going to fall for it. They're trying to tell your kid if he's white, he's an oppressor. And tell the kid that he's black, he's a victim. But I'm here to tell all the kids they can be victorious in the United States of America. They can be victorious in the United States of America. Because this is a country that gives you that right, that if you're willing to work hard, you're willing to pay the price, you can discover greatness. And I've done it. And then they told me the other day I was black. They told me I was black, and I'm saying I'm black and I'm proud. And I want everyone to be proud of who they are, because God made you. And God made you because he knew you before you were born. And that's why I said I would stand behind any baby being born, because I think all babies are precious. All babies are precious. So I would stand for life. Georgia is a state that respects life, and I'll be a senator that protects life. That's who I am. I'm that warrior for God that is sick and tired of them trying to destroy this country. The greatest country in the world today is the United States of America. And then they have decided to let this border go wild. Have you seen what they're doing to this border right now? They were down there a couple of months ago. Y'all saw them. They were down there doing all these press clipping. They were doing all this stuff, and now they've left. They've left this border, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it because they got nothing to say about it. But I can tell you right now, we can protect that border. There's laws on the books that can get people to come to this country legally. We are a country of immigrants, but we also a country of laws. And we got to get back to the law and keep people out of this country and let them come in the legal way. They can come in the legal way. And I remember when my father used to tell me, when he told me no, he meant no. And then when I got too big for my britches, he said, boy, if you don't like the rules underneath my roof, you leave my house. So maybe it's time for the leaders in Washington to tell the people, if you don't like the rules of the United States of America, you can go somewhere else. You can go somewhere else. We're not trying to keep you here. We're not trying to keep you here. If there's other places that would take you, you go ahead and go. But what we need to tell other people, if you want to come into the United States of America, you got to come in legally. And then we got to protect our legal citizens that are here already, because it seems like they're treating them better than they're treating us, because they're raising our taxes. Can y'all believe that? Raising our taxes? And then they said, that's how we're going to pay for things. No, what they're doing that magician trick on you. They're raising your taxes, taking money out of your hand, but they're trying to put it back in your pocket. They ain't giving you nothing. All they're doing is trying to fool you and take you down that elevator like they're helping you out. Well, not on my watch. I'm going to tell you right now, they're lying to you. They're lying to you, and I'm going to be honest. And I told them they were lying. They said, Herschel, that's not politically correct. I don't care, because I'm not a politician. That is a bold-faced lie. They're not doing right by you right now. They're not doing right by you right now, and I'm going to tell you they're not doing right. So that's why I'm going to be a senator. It's time for people to speak the truth, and I will speak the truth. And I can't believe Senator Warnock said, Herschel not honest? Hey, guys, I've been very transparent. I'm going to tell you who's not honest. He went to Washington and said he's going to represent Georgia. And what did he do? He raised your taxes and spent your money. And let me tell you this, what's so funny about spending your money. They spent over $100 million against me already. Can you believe that? $100 million, and the race is virtually tied. So he don't even know how to spend his money. So why is he spending your money? So he need to quit spending your money and stuff. And then, no. And then he went to Washington and said he's going to represent the women, but yet he put men in women's sports. Can you believe that? Men shouldn't be in women's sports. That's sort of like asking Herschel Walker to compete against your daughter. Do you think that should be? No, it should not be. And then he said he was going to represent our men and women in blue. But he went to Washington and called them names, bullies and thugs and stuff. So who's the liar there, Senator? Who's the liar? He's the liar, and he knew it. And I told him in that debate, don't bear false witness. Don't bear false witness, sir. And then I even told him, how can this man who's supposed to be of God can't even hold the oath to our Heavenly Father? Do you think he's going to hold the oath to you? No, he's not. So don't let him take you down in that elevator and tell you this is a new normal. No, it's not. This is not the new normal. This is not the new normal, and we can do better. And we can do better if we come together. That's what we got to do. We got to come together. Because in my book that I read, it says a house divided cannot stand. And that may be the book he needs to start reading. A house divided cannot stand. And then he said, he's a Matthew 25. Y'all heard that. I'm a Matthew 25, which it says, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I have no clothes, you clothed me. But did it say when I couldn't pay my rent, you evicted me? He didn't bring that up, did he? He did not bring that up, did he? Let's bring it up. He's talking about all of that stuff. Be the man and stand up and be the man. Right now, the Georgia people put you here so you can represent them. They hadn't done it. So I want to tell you this, as my offensive lineman used to tell me, Herschel, you follow me, I'm going to take you to the promised land. So I'm going to tell all you vote for me, I'm going to take us all to the promised land. That's how we get there. We're going to get there together. We're going to get there together. And I want to tell you this, who's voted early voting already, who's already voted, and those that hadn't voted, get out and vote. And I want you to tell 10 of your friends to get out and vote. And if you have no friends, go make some friends and tell them to get out and vote. We got to get this right now. This is the most important election we ever had in our lifetime, is right now today. So it's time for us to get it right. We can't sit around and wait no more. And while talking about waiting, I remember this here. This story goes like this. That was these two older gentlemen that loved baseball. They loved baseball so much that one got up in age, and as he was getting ready to go leave and meet his maker, as he was laying in his hospital bed, this other came in and said, Harold, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? And Harold said, what can I do for you? He said, can you let me know if there's baseball in heaven? Harold thought that was a strange request, but as he passes away, the other guy was working in his backyard a couple of weeks later, and this cloud started coming towards him on a bright sunny day like today. And as he ran into this cloud, he knew it had to be Harold. And he said, is there baseball in heaven? Is there baseball in heaven? And the voice from this cloud said, I got some good and bad news. Said, I don't care about that if there's baseball in heaven. And the voice said, well, the good news is there is baseball in heaven. And the guy goes, yes. And then it said the bad news is you're pitching tomorrow. So I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now, guys. We cannot put this off no more. We cannot put this off no more. Hey, let me tell you, they have done this in 2 short years. In 2 short years, this is what they've done. Do you think we can give them 6 more years? We can't deal with that no more. It is time for him to go. And as he leaving that room, don't let the door hit him in the backside as he walk out of that door. Right now, we need warriors in Washington. We need those warriors that God prepared me to come in to do. Do y'all think I want to hang out in Washington, D.C.? I'm not even a Washington Redskins. Wait, they've changed that name, too. They've been tearing up this here. So what I'm going to call him is Wrecking Raps. Since he's been into Washington, he's wrecked everything. No, we're going to call him the Grinch, because he's stealing everybody's dreams, all the American dreams, but he's not going to do it on my watch. That's why we're going to vote him out. It's time for him to get out of that office. This office belongs to the great people of Georgia. It belongs to the great people of Georgia. And I've scored one time. For Georgia. I can promise you I can score again, because I'm ready to run. That is another. Wait. I remember I heard a preacher talking about they don't need a walker, they need a runner. Has he seen me run? I can run. But yet he got that wrong too. I can run. And he don't know Jesus Christ will be my blocker. And if he can block, I can run. So this preacher is all wrong too. Everybody trying to help the senator out right now. He don't need no help. It's just time for him to go. Time for him to get out of that office. You're not doing what's right. Hey, I want to leave you with this. Because I always hear how everybody thinks something is better somewhere else. And I'm here to tell you nothing is better than the United States of America. But all of a sudden I hear this, because I'm a country boy. You know that. I grew up in the country way down there. I was 15 before I realized my name wasn't Get Wood. But then I grew up in this country. And I heard about these cows out in this field. There was just one bull with 6 cows, and 3 of those cows were expecting calves. So all this bull had to do was eat grass. The grass was always up to his kneecap. All he had to do was eat grass, but no. He kept his nose up against the fence, looking at 3 other cows in the other field over there that didn't belong to him. So all of a sudden that day came where he said, I got to get over there because I want to be over there. Didn't appreciate what he already had. So that day came, he measured that fence up, and he said, I think I can jump this. I think I can jump this. So that day came when he got back and he took off running and he dove over that fence. The bottom of his belly got cut up all under the bottom, but he rolled over on the other side. He was so excited. But when he ran to the top of that hill, he realized that they were bulls too. So I'm telling you right now, don't think something is better somewhere else. Let's appreciate what we got right now, because what a day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God bless you guys. Thank you guys.
Judgment comes for you. What you gonna do?